Hello, welcome to the class of HTML5 programming. So today we are going to discuss about the CSS3 Flexible Box Layout. So here in this class we will discuss about the another properties to configure these flexible box layout in HTML. So these properties are justify content property, align item property and align content property. So let's start with first, that is align content property. So this property is used to align the item in the row. So for that I have configured this class FC, and in declaration part I have declared these different properties, and this is the align content property. And coming to the next class, here I have defined this class with giving the division div selector, and in declaration part I have added background color, width, margin, text alignment property, line height and font size properties. Coming to the body section, you have configured these division structural element to configure these different boxes. So coming to this flex container class, here you can see that I have configured this align content property. So the value for this align content property will be space between, space around, stretch, center, flex start, flex end. So let's see how it will be displayed in the browser. So first of all, you have give here the value as center. Now save it and go to run and launch in Chrome. So it will display like this in the browser. So if you will change the value here as flex start, now save it and refresh it. So these boxes will shift to the top of the browser. Again, if you will remove this and write here end, flex end value, save it and refresh it. So these boxes will shift to the bottom of this browser. So this will be shifted according to the height. So we have to configure this height property with this align content property. The another value is stretch. Save it and again refresh it. So it will stretch these boxes according to this width, according to the height that we have configured here. Again, the next property is as space between. So now save it and refresh the browser. So it will provide the space between these boxes that we have configured here in the browser. So this is about the align content property. The next property we are going to discuss is align item property. So this align item property is used to configure the items vertically. For that you have to remove this part and write here item, and here you have to configure the height as 200 and remove this flex wrap property, and same way remove some division elements. So now coming to this part, that is align item property. Now write here first value as center. Now save it and refresh it. So it will display these boxes like this. So they are stretched according to the height that we have configured here. The another value for this is flex start. Now save it and refresh it. So here you have to write align items. So for the flex start, it will configure like this. So these boxes will shift to the top of the browser. So if you will write here flex end, same way they will be shifted to the end of this part, end of this particular height. The another value is the baseline. save it and refresh it. So it will come to the baseline of this particular height. So these are the values for these align item property. The another property we are going to discuss is the justify content property. For that I have make this particular program to discuss about this justify content property. So this program is similar as that program. Here we have configured these different divisions element. First of all, remove the style attribute from here. We will discuss about this later on. So here in this we have configured this justify content property, and the value for this justify content property will be center, space between, flex start, flex end, or the space around. So here this justify content property is used to configure how the browser will display any extra space that may exist in the flex container. So you can see here the value is set to be center. So now save it and go to run and launch in Chrome. So it will display these different boxes like this in the browser. So if you will write here space between value, save it and refresh it. So it will configure the space between these boxes. Same way, if you will configure here the another value, that is around, now save it and refresh it. So it will configure the equal space around these boxes. So these are the different values. You can also use here the flex start, flex end values with this justify content property. So this is how we can configure the CSS3 flexible box layout in the HTML program. Thank you.